listening to the AfterBuzz TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith Johnson.
From the AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com, and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AfterBuzz TV's WWE SmackDown After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AfterBuzz TV's WWE SmackDown After Show.
Heyo.
Heyo. Hey. Hey, welcome to AfterBuzz TV SmackDown After Show. I'm RicDrasin.com. And my voice is cracking. I don't know. I think I'm going through puberty.
Time to change.
But Bing is for, right?
Bing is for doing.
And what are we doing now, Ryan?
We are doing SmackDown AfterBuzz again.
Yes, we are. And our guests today are the Ballard sisters again.
Again.
And this is the first time I've been here with both.
Yeah.
I'm very excited.
By popular demand. Unpopular demand. Yeah.
I'm really happy to have you girls back with your mini skirts and that stupid little hat you have on. But see, now I know who's who because he would never wear a hat like that.
Yeah. He had one on in the car, Rick.
Did he?
Yeah.
You had one when you came in, didn't you?
I did. I took it off.
Why?
Because you were making fun of his.
So you could tell them apart.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
How do you tell each other apart?
We usually just punch each other repeatedly.
Do you stand in the mirror and compare equipment?
No, we don't do that.
All right. We have another guest today sitting on the casting couch. Feather Hadden, who's a friend of mine from Vegas. She's here for 3 days. I gave her a tour of Venice Beach, the bodybuilding mecca. She competes in figure competition and bodybuilding. She's got a body almost as good as what I used to have. I sold mine on eBay. And she's going to join us today and just to have a little fun, right, Feather?
Yes.
Say hi to everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Okay.
She should be sitting over there and have the clown with the hat sitting on the couch.
She worked out in the ring yesterday. We'll get into that in old school stuff because she had an audition for a new show for a girl wrestling called La Femme Fatale. So it's her first experience being in the ring and learning how to bump and this and that. But I want to talk a little bit more about that when we get to old school since we're going to do SmackDown right now. And I'm going to lay the SmackDown on you, Shane.
For that wearing that hat.
Nightly you do.
You bet it. You like that, don't you?
You very much.
All right, let's what?
I just want to say, look at these detailed notes. I mean, Rick typed them out. He actually.
He always does that.
With links.
Wow.
With links.
Very detailed.
Yeah.
Like me, I've got the.
You got the little card.
Mine was done with crayon. Just to let everyone know.
Let me just say one thing before we start, because we're going to get into this. The reason I typed them out is because I cannot read my own writing. I have no idea what I write because when I take notes, I do it in the dark.
Chicken scratch.
I don't know what they say.
Doctor signature.
I've written down stuff here about Days of Our Lives, and I didn't even watch it. his notes, look at this. They're like 4-point.
Yeah, I know. It's amazing. They're like science notes.
Yeah, oh my God. Here we go back to Pi squared.
Yeah.
Oh. H2O. All right. You want to start this off?
Yeah, we started off with Miz TV, which was fun. Miz is invoking his rematch at Hell in a Cell for the Intercontinental Championship.
Yes, he is.
We talked about that last week, as in where I didn't see the desire to watch that match because of the Big Show laying out Kofi Kingston didn't really make for a good challenge to the Miz.
Right. Did you see Raw when he kicked Miz in the face and actually knocked him out?
I did not.
That's why he had that big cut on his stitches in his face. Yeah, it was. The match wasn't great, but that part of the match.
It's funny because I saw that kick and I wondered what had happened.
It was messed up.
It hit him pretty hard.
Mm-hmm. And then he lost the title on Main Event this week.
Right.
Yeah.
I think they need to do like WWE does those title changes so that way it gets a little attention, so people will maybe people aren't watching.
Yeah, and I think
we need a title change on this show right here.
Well, that's what it was, because Main Event, that's their new primetime show, and it was the 3rd week, and it's doing well, and this had really good matches on there. So there's a big match every week, and that was the match of the week.
Are you talking about tennis matches?
Yes. Okay, good. Absolutely. So then Team Hell No came down separately, which Miz got on them about. Said they're not a real team because they came down separately.
Hell to the nah!
Yeah.
Whoa, what was that?
Who woke her up?
Oh, I don't know.
I love that stuff she does.
And I guess Daniel Bryan is actually the problem. He's the world's toughest vegan.
Yeah.
No, that's pretty hard.
Yeah.
You have no meat in you.
That's pretty hardcore.
Especially when you were down to Ralph's in the meat section. There's no meat.
Yeah.
Right?
How could you go to Ralph's without going to the meat department?
I have no idea.
I don't see how it could be possible.
We've never seen him shopping there. So.
Yeah.
Well, he's meatless.
He's all potatoes and no meat.
Right. Well, you know that the whole promo in the opening, we talked about how many minutes it was.
Yeah, it was like 15 minutes, but I liked it, actually.
It was kind of done well because they kept layering it with different people coming in like they always do.
Yeah.
But they were interesting people.
And Miz did a really good job, I think, hosting the whole segment. And kind of when Booker T came out and going, oh, really? You know, how original are you? I bet this is what you're going to do. And same thing everyone was thinking. So I enjoyed the way they played that.
You know what my problem with it was? And of course, I'm always the one that has something bad to say about
What's your
something.
problem, Shannon?
I was one of your students that did the whole thing.
It was. That wasn't the problem, though. The problem was it didn't even have to be a Miz TV segment. It could have just been the beginning of the show or somebody's promo because he had no control over anything. Everything just kept happening. I mean, it was funny the way he played it off, and he kept looking to the announce booth like, what's going on
It
here?
wasn't a Piper's Pit.
Right. So it's like he had no control.
He wasn't the conductor. You were saying that people were just coming down on their own.
So what I'm saying is that they could have done that same exact thing
and not called
without the Miz TV.
He wasn't the Jay Leno.
Right. Okay. Now, had he taken control a little more, then it would to me would have made a little more sense.
He wasn't the Regis Philbin.
I think he did the best he could. I think he tried, like when he was interjecting things to Booker and yelling at him a bit. I think he was trying to do, but you're right.
Yeah. Well, Miz definitely has that it factor. I mean, I told him from day 2, not day 1, but day 2, because day 1 he rubbed me the wrong way, but day 2 he made up for it.
Did he?
Yeah.
What was wrong? What was wrong with day 1?
No, he just kind of came in and was like, "Hey, I'm the Miz," and I was like, "The Miz?" And I don't watch reality TV, but he was really always a nice, very respectful guy to us.
What's his real name?
Yeah.
It's Mike Mizanin or something like that.
Mizanin. Mike Mizanin.
I like what he's developed into.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's star quality. I mean, he's got it. He'll be there for a long time.
He can wrestle. He can talk. You know, he's a guy that can go do the radio interviews too, which is another thing. Yeah.
He can do he can do Jay Leno and make it entertaining, so people will want to watch WWE from seeing him on TV.
Yeah.
I've seen him on Channel 5 in the morning too, and come in.
I think he's a guy that's primed for Dancing with the Stars. I think to see him on there eventually.
I'm going to be on next year.
Are you? That'll be great.
Just get my knee fixed.
All right.
I saw the ad for Celebrex. You remember the Celebrex ad because it cures arthritis, and it shows him dancing and playing golf. Oh. Now, I figured that I would take that and then go in and I'd be able to dance with the stars. Playing golf, I'm not too concerned with because I don't have a bucket full of balls. Yeah. So I'm going to pass on the ball thing.
Hey, very, very quickly, and this is mainly geared towards you, Rick, very quickly, because I don't want to go on subject for too long. Make it quick because I have to leave.
I really have to go to the bathroom.
I saw something that I don't know how this is possible. It's called like The Great. You may know about it, Feather. It's like a
Oh yeah, I know what you're saying.
It's like it looks like a barbecue grill shaped as abs, and you put it on your stomach, and it tightens really tight. And then after a while, you take it off, and no matter what shape you're in, it forms abs on your stomach. I mean, they go away, but
I've never seen that.
Yeah, it indents into the fat in your stomach.
Really?
I know a couple of people. Actually, Ryan Katz is one who does this.
Our systems detect that a host has wandered off the subject.
Yeah, but quick, he's
shaves his belly hair into abs.
Yeah. People do that.
Yeah, and it actually looks like it.
All right.
Okay, so we're talking about the
Versus getting
Miz
upset
TV.
now.
So I guess basically they used this to set up 2 matches. Which
Big
was,
Show comes out. Really funny segment when Daniel Bryan was looking at how big his hand was.
And his finger is in his nose, and he's just got the cross eyes looking at him. Yeah.
Really fun. That's something where it's like you have to play to the camera, and little subtle things can become big.
Yeah.
I've always said that about myself.
Daniel Bryan's getting really good with all those things too.
Yeah,
Like it's amazing how well you never would have thought that he would be so good with all the little character stuff.
Right.
He's improved a lot in the past 2 weeks.
Yeah.
He's continually improving with the character stuff.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
He's opening up in in his roles. He's actually accepting the fact that what he's doing and isn't like so serious about it as he was before.
He has a roles?
Roll.
Oh, his role.
Then Dolph Ziggler comes out, and then all of a sudden there's just pandemonium until Booker T comes out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which the Miz tells him how predictable he is and what's he going to do, and then it kind of catches him off guard a little bit because he's like.
Do you think Miz threw that at him? You think he threw it in there?
Yeah, I think he threw it in there. I don't think that part was written in.
No,
because Booker T's reaction, like he had to keep stopping himself to make sure he wasn't so predictable.
Right.
And if it was scripted, then Booker T did a really good job of playing it off.
Yeah,
so
that's pretty funny.
Yeah.
And then Randy Orton.
Yeah. So we've got 2 main events for tonight: Daniel Bryan and Kane versus the Big Show and Dolph Ziggler. And then the Miz versus this man.
Yeah, and there were main event level matches. They didn't call them they weren't the main event,
right.
but there were main event level matches.
Right.
So then, we went into
Randy
Miz and Orton.
was this guy, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so it's
First match
of the night, which was how many minutes later?
I thought Orton was gone.
About 15 minutes.
Yeah, 15
Oh,
minutes.
actually, 15 minutes.
Wasn't Orton supposed to be gone?
He was for a little bit.
Not long.
Not long. He filmed his movie. It was like a month or so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's smaller indie films, so I think they only shot for 30 days or so.
30 days of night.
Sometimes they're only 14 days. Straight.
Did anyone notice Randy Orton moving really slow though at the beginning of that match? He seemed really slow, like he was really tired or something.
Yeah, I thought the Miz was moving a little bit of lethargic as well.
Just at the beginning, the first segment of the match, they both looked pretty slow.
Right.
Did they?
Yeah. Maybe a little tired.
I didn't notice that.
Either that or we had slow motion on when we were going
you
through it.
probably had it in slow motion.
Then we have Alberto Del Rio and Ricardo in the skybox watching.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
And they interviewed him, and Ricardo actually got to kind of talk a little bit. It seems they're starting to push him a little bit as an individual.
Getting more and more on camera.
Yeah. Which just shows you, right place, right time. That guy was just an extra, right? He was supposed to do it one time, and look what he's turned that into.
Yeah.
But he was ready.
Yeah.
When you throw it at you, you got to be ready for it.
He's ready for the opportunity.
Exactly.
Yeah. You got to take the ball and run.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, did anyone notice the referee wearing gloves in the ring?
No, I didn't
the
notice
referee
that.
for the Miz match wore gloves because his he was pretty sure that cut was going to open back up again.
Was he wearing rubber gloves?
Yeah,
like surgical gloves. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, I did not notice that.
I noticed that the checker at the 99 store wears them. 99 cent store wears them too.
At the 99 cent store?
Some people do it because dealing with money. Money's dirty.
Yeah, man, dirty.
Money's filthy. Think how many people handle that all day long.
Why no?
It's weird. I went in there and to the 99 cent store. I went to buy one item, and they charged me $1.07. I couldn't believe it. I just walked out.
Really? Why $1.07?
Like tax,
No, it would have been $1.10. Tax is 10% now.
Is it?
Yeah.
In LA, it's 9.5.
9.5. Yeah. Where have you been?
I haven't been there. That's why. Well, I haven't bought one item in a long, long time.
Okay. Can we ask what the item was?
It was a pack of gum.
Okay, cool.
For 99 cents?
Yeah. All right. Let's go.
I thought it was for the match. It started out slow, but when they came to the end, there was really good. It was like a good finishing combo.
Yeah, and I like that. Yeah, the finish with Orton going for the RKO and Miz countering into his skull crushing finale, and then into the RKO.
Right. I really like the way Miz ran into it.
Yes.
Because it looked like he was running out there for a purpose, and then he got hit out bam out of out of nowhere.
How many times has we said that? You got to have a purpose in running into something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
all the time.
All the time.
Yeah, it was a really cool finishing sequence.
It was good.
Yeah. It was a good match. A good first match of the night. And
yeah, I was surprised it was on so quickly because, I thought I thought one thing WWE actually is doing really well is they have segments throughout the show, and they like go through it, and then they like continue it later on and continue it later on. So it's not like just one thing plays out, another thing plays out. It's like you've got like 4 or 5 different things going on.
A and B storylines going on.
And they're all crisscrossing and then like tying together.
Yeah.
They're doing a good job of that. Hi, Rick.
Hi.
Oh, hey, we have one more viewer today.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Our brother. Last week we told our nephew John to watch it. So now our older brother we actually not Mark, but our other older brother Jeff is watching in San Jose. Hi, Jeff in San Jose.
Hello, Jeff.
Hello.
Your brothers look like you?
No.
Thank God.
They're not as good looking.
WWE's doing another horror film, like I said. I think I told you it was called Last House on the Left. You guys could be in that.
We could. we don't even need makeup for that.
You don't.
I mean, we show up and they're like,
you've got your Halloween mask on early.
So we moved on to Sheamus and Teddy Long in the back.
Right.
And Sheamus wants to a third match with Wade Barrett. They'd had 2 matches recently on Raw, which were actually really good, and but they were both didn't have a winner. So Sheamus wants to have a third match and find out who actually the best man is. And Teddy likes the idea and wants to make it a lumberjack match.
Yeah, but we see in the background Eve spying. Eve. Oh. Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Spying on Teddy Long.
Yeah, she's always spying.
I know. That's like her job as a spy.
Yeah.
Who's putting her up to this? Are you?
No, she's on her own.
She comes across different when she talks.
She's just conniving.
Yeah.
She talks. Her personality is different when she talks than what she actually looks like. To me.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet.
Well, is that a positive or a negative?
No, it's a positive. I just don't. Her character, I don't know. It's just kind of like is different to me. I mean, she's good at what she's doing. And sometimes I just don't believe her that she's overacting her role. Right. You know, I mean, like when she goes to take something and then the little pants a little. I don't know. It's just like overdone. So you can oversell anything, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we then moved on to, I'm very excited to see what you guys thought about this, because tag team match, it was Rhodes Scholars versus Gabriel and Kidd, and I have to say this was one of my favorite tag matches I've seen in a bit on.
My first note is good tags from the faces showing teamwork. So see, they must have been actually watching the show here or listening on iTunes. Because now, like, you notice that they did 4 or 5 tags in the at the beginning, showing, okay, we're a team, we're tagging in and out.
Yeah, they had a couple different double team moves going on.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I liked it. Actually, this was a very good tag match. It was well put together.
One of the only negatives I saw is that early on one of the double team moves when Tyson Kidd did that vicious kick to his face, and then he kicked out at 1.
Right.
I mean, that's because you kick someone in the face like that. I mean, that's way too much for that could have been a finish. You know, as vicious as that was.
Funny. I was telling you that last night. If you remember that they didn't sell, they would take all these kicks and they get them just keep running. But that's not you're learning the business. What it's about. You've got to sell.
Yeah.
And they don't do that. And it's just the way it is nowadays. I don't understand that. It's not logical.
A kick like that would loosen teeth, and he kicked out at 1.
Would really stun you somewhat.
Yeah.
You should kick out at 4.
I did like the tease of the hot tag. They had a double down, then they were crawling. He was crawling over to make the hot tag, and then the heels made the tag first, and he went and he cut him off, and then he moved on the elbow drop, and then just rolled. That was really a really good segment going into the hot tag.
Yes.
And the finish was good because the blind tag, where he didn't see it. Who was it? Tyson Kidd that gave the sunset flip.
Tyson Kidd,
He didn't see the tag being made, and then he jumped over and gave him the kick.
And Sandow almost allowed himself to be put into that move because he had just tagged and knew Rhodes was going to come off.
Yeah, so it was really good. It was well put together, and it flowed nicely, I thought. So usually I'm very, very, very critical on tag matches. So if I say that, that means it was good. Yeah.
I was hoping you would say that because I was watching this thinking all the same stuff.
Yeah, I didn't really have a lot of negative stuff besides underselling of the kick and the placement of where the kick was. Mm-hmm. And that was my only
I
beef.
think like I felt Rhodes Scholars were one of those teams that were just kind of thrown together, but I think they're doing a pretty good job, like becoming a team, and working together.
A very cohesive unit. You know, they're like intelligent when they do their stuff. So.
I'm
both
still
very
waiting
smart.
for them to put Austin with him.
With Sandow,
Yeah.
Every time they walk out, I think he's going to be there.
maybe someday. Judas Devlin appearing as the sage or whatever.
It's still just a natural.
Yeah, it definitely is. Hopefully that'll happen. Then I guess, actually before that, I should just say, if our listeners out there could please go to iTunes and rate and comment on us.
Even if it's bad comments about us.
Yeah.
Comment about his hat.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you think?
Then tell your friends because maybe they might like this hat. So.
You comment about your lack of hat.
But it only takes a minute, so please and tell a friend.
Is it that it only takes a minute?
Yeah.
Yeah, usually.
We're talking about clicking on iTunes,
You got things
everybody.
to do.
So then we had Eve with Booker T, and then Teddy Long came in saying, "Booker, I got a great idea for a main event." And Booker said, "Well, we've already been talking about the main event," and he pitched his idea of Sheamus versus Wade Barrett in the Lumberjack match. He said, "That's what Eve just said."
Yeah.
And
And they laughed at him and pointed.
and said, "Oh, it was Teddy must be spying on us." And
That Teddy Long. When's he ever going to learn?
I don't know. That darn Teddy.
Wait, this is where we need to insert the Gary Coleman joke.
It's Gary Coleman on stilts.
Okay.
I mean, why wouldn't Teddy just bring a TV set in and bring a DVD of the previous segment to show him?
They're not that far ahead in technology.
Okay.
Not that far ahead.
You know, those segments, you want to finish and I'll tell you something. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Those segments, when I see them in between the matches, some are good, but most of them are so phony.
Yes.
Walking down the hallway, hey, let me hang up. I got to talk to so-and-so. I mean, you just know it doesn't happen like that.
It feels like hee-haw segments. Or, you know, it's some of them glow. Yeah.
Hey, you know, Sheamus walks in, hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
It's like you just know that it's just not the way things happen. No one just keeps walking circles around the dressing room out and back around this building like you're doing laps.
Sometimes they're good. Whenever CM Punk's in one of those, they're usually good because I'm sure he won't do any of the crappy stuff, and he'll probably just say,
Yeah, I mean, they show
stupid, I won't do it.
Vince walking to the ring, but it's like a 3-mile hike, and behind the scenes, there's all the forklifts and everything else before they find him. The camera just happens to be there following him wherever he
Yeah,
goes.
like on Raw this last week, they had this thing before Daniel Bryan was going to come out for a match of all the guys sitting around the screen and this long dolly shot going in and then pulling back with Daniel Bryan yelling no at little Jimmy and all these people. It was ridiculous. And
that's what I mean.
Yeah, absolutely. Some of them are really bad, and when they're bad, it almost brings the showdown.
When's little Jimmy going to be a guest on here?
Well, I don't know. We tried to get a call in.
You know what I'm trying to get, just to get off subject real quick? Jimmy Hart.
Ooh, that would be great.
Yeah, I just spoke to this guy about it yesterday.
Yeah.
I got to give him a call.
Yeah.
Okay.
But some of those segments are good. But
So it ends with Teddy Long, Eve.
Yes, very important.
For some reason, just happened to leave
her iPad.
Her iPad, and Teddy Long. Like, who would just leave something like that and say, "Oh, hold on, I'll be back," and just set it down on the table?
Exactly.
Nobody does.
Yeah, for the
that.
record, we don't even leave our flip phones, out of our
Now
reach
here's
for that
the
long.
only thing is if it goes around to her somehow setting Teddy up.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I don't think it's going to. It doesn't
That
feel
would
like
be
that's
good.
where they're going.
I actually had the same thing.
Yeah.
Like, because it's so obvious.
Yeah.
So it's like is it a setup?
Like, did she plant false information on
Right.
there that then Teddy's going to go and she's going to, be like, oh, you must have been looking at my personal information.
Right. And
that
it's like
wasn't true.
who would put like on there like if I were planning on taking over as a host of this show and I was planning on killing Rick, do you think I would put all that information on an iPhone on how I was going to do it and then just say, "Oh, hold on, Rick, I go to the bathroom," and then set it there and go to the bathroom? Of course, Rick would go
You know
through
what?
it.
I think you probably would.
Yeah. Hopefully that whole thing, it goes to Caitlyn saying something that's completely untrue, and it comes back to Teddy, and he gets fired for it or something like that. But I don't think that's where they're going. I think they're going as this is going to expose Eve.
Yeah.
But if they swerved it and he gets fired out of it, it would be
good
way better.
writing.
Yeah,
Good writing.
that would be good writing. Yeah.
So if they're listening, the writers are listening.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Change it right now.
Yeah. Okay, so then we go on to our third match.
Team heel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Team Hell No.
Team Hell No, I mean. I have heel here.
He actually has Team Heel.
I do have
written
Team
down
Heel here because I wrote it in the
I'm
door.
looking at it.
Team Hell No.
Team Hell No versus Big Show and Dolph Ziggler.
Yep.
Which I got to say, I'm looking very forward to the Kane Big Show match or one-on-one they're going to have on Raw tomorrow.
Well, they didn't have to wait till Raw.
No, they didn't. I mean, they got a little stuff here, but their one-on-one I'm looking forward to.
You know, Kane just talks like a normal guy now.
Evolution of character.
He's got a lot of dialogue, and he just talks like a normal dude.
Plus, his
15
hair grew
years,
back
you got to
from
change it.
that burning that he had.
Real fast. Yeah.
His voice doesn't fit him.
Well, I liked him better with the
Yeah.
The cancer kazoo?
Yeah. I mean, it's just more mysterious.
Yeah. I don't know. I do find the comedic I'm the tag team champion Kane funny though. I enjoy it, and
No,
we can always go back to the monster later
he's
on.
funny, and he's very smart when he talks.
Yeah.
He's got good dialogue, but it doesn't fit him.
Yeah,
it
but-
fits him if he's something else.
But did Mick Foley with the sock fit mankind? You
Oh,
know, I
absolutely.
mean, of course not. But it eventually became that way, and this could be, you know, Kane's in his 40s now and slowing down. I'm sure he still looks great in the ring.
Yeah.
But now he can kind of do some of the comedy
but
stuff.
he had fire damage. Smoke inhalation.
There's amazing plastic surgeries these days, so
I'm gonna get some.
can
soon.
get all that fixed.
All right.
I like the way Daniel Bryan now he's like becoming afraid of the Big Show.
Yeah.
And they incorporated that into the match.
And it's funny.
Yeah, it's entertaining to watch.
I thought he sold really well too on the ribs that Big Show kept going to.
Yeah.
You know, he kept going
Right.
back and holding on to that. I noticed. I thought that was really good.
Yeah, I have a training tip of the day.
Uh-oh.
Is there any music we can have for that?
We have a training music tip.
Wow.
I don't like that. Come on, Marissa.
It's like a soap opera.
Something a little
Play Rocky or something. You have Rocky theme in there?
She's looking. Watch. She's looking.
She'll find it. Watch. It'll be after I'm done with my thing, but she'll find
All
it.
right. Wow.
I'm fired
That's
up
not
now.
bad.
Yeah.
About 5 seconds for that.
Yeah. I've got my Converse running shoes on right now.
I think we should just listen to this song.
Makes me want to go run up some steps.
Okay, Shannon's training tip of the day. In a tag team match, something that most tag teams don't do, I actually heard this from Ricky Morton himself from the Rock and Roll Express. Told me this personally.
Okay.
And I took it to heart. The person on the outside has to work just as hard as the person on the inside, mainly the baby face, because it's like you want to garner up enough like response and attention for that hot tag. Kane was working so hard on the outside, running up and down the apron, telling Daniel to keep fighting. That was something that like is a lost art in tag team wrestling, and Kane brought it back. So
You know something?
for Kane, yeah,
I always knew that.
I know that.
I did.
I believe you. I know.
Because you see a lot of where they're just standing there like, what do I do?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
You got to
so-
be
I've been
active
told that.
outside
I've
the
heard
ring.
that before
right.
as well.
And the exact way he said it to me was the guy on the outside has to work just as hard as the guy on the inside if you want that hot tag to be hot. Otherwise, it's just a lukewarm tag.
Right.
So
Right.
very, very, very good.
Yeah, the guy's got to really want it. And when he's jumping, he's like, come on,
Yeah,
come on, come on,
right.
come on. You get excited that
Rolling
he's
up
excited.
and down,
Exactly.
like
Right.
going up and down the apron, like saying over
Right.
here, like like
Because if the guy's just waiting there like this,
Right.
and it's like, what is he going to sleepwalk through
Right.
it? But if he's excited, then you know this guy's going to come in, and that's what you're excited. You're waiting.
I
for.
saw
House of fire.
Yeah, I saw Road
Yeah.
Warrior Hawk like legitimately fall asleep in the corner. I'm not kidding.
Really?
Yeah, and I hate to say this because he was our friend and he had passed, but
Yeah.
this was during rough times for him. He really fell asleep in the
Yeah.
corner.
And if that's done well too, I guess that could be one of the most
What, falling
exciting.
asleep in the corner?
No. Really, getting that exciting
Yeah.
hot tag. It's like the most exciting thing in wrestling too,
Yeah.
because instead of one guy and
Right.
coming in, you got two guys that are getting
Right.
beat up.
Well,
by
I
one.
noticed
It's really
WWE.
exciting.
They're very they must be sticklers on like the rule, because I noticed that in a lot of WWE tag matches, most of the ones that I've been watching, like back in the day, whenever the hot tag happened, you would bump both wrestlers. They
Right.
would feed. Now, if you notice, only one guy does the feeding, and it's the legal man.
Yeah.
Take a look next time and see. Of course, now
Did they do
since I
that
said
today in
Yeah.
that?
in both tag matches they
Both
did.
tag matches
Yeah.
they did. Interesting.
Yeah, and then the other guy only comes in when the other guy makes a save or something. But yeah, I don't know if you guys could notice that, but for me, watching the two tag matches, like the other two were more teams. Like they worked together as teams. It was more of a tag team match. Where in this match, it's like pretty much 4 individuals.
Yeah, this and that's what this was.
But I don't know if anyone else noticed this, but there was a gigantic difference between the talent in that match and the talent in that tag match, and you can tell the way they moved,
Oh, yeah.
the way they, the way everything like flowed together
Yeah.
and told the story.
You had 4 top level guys.
Yeah, and you could see the difference. That's something that I noticed. Like after that match was over, I was like, "Wow, what a difference between those two tag matches." Where the other tag match was technically as a tag team match was better, but this one just the talent. Like the talent level was like phenomenal.
Right.
And it was
Phenomenal.
And let's not forget too. At the end of this, Team Hell No won the match and with the no lock, and they got attacked by the Rhodes Scholars.
Right. Now,
at the
here's
end.
something I didn't like, because if they actually do win, it's like they pretty much just gave away the
match on Raw.
who's gonna actually wrestle them for the
Right.
for the titles.
That's pretty. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty. Yeah.
I mean, and we kind of knew that. I mean, if you match up heel face, though,
Yeah.
you knew who that was going to be, anyways. I mean, obviously,
well, they
makes
could
sense.
swerve us too.
Yeah,
They
if
could
they,
swerve
if
us.
they
They
do,
could be
that'd be
preparing
some
for that.
that'd be some good writing.
They're not going to. Though.
I know.
They're definitely not going to on that.
What did we have up next after?
What was next after that? Cesaro.
Oh, that's right.
And the Marine.
And the Marine 2. Ted DiBiase Jr.
Yeah.
I did like
Which
the
his
vignette at the beginning though of that. I really did like
Yes.
what they're doing. Where they're going with that. That's like old school, and it makes you interested in the character.
I totally
Whenever you
agreed.
take someone out of their element, take them out on the street, take them somewhere in public, it really makes for more interesting TV, because you're seeing these people out of their element.
Yeah, it made me think of like the old Mr. Perfect bits where they go bowling and the golf course and all
That's
the different
pretty
places.
much pretty much like candid camera.
Yeah.
Camera shots outside your element, because they are interesting, because they're doing a totally different thing.
Did anyone else notice the free advertising for Domino's Pizza?
I did. I noticed that in the background.
Domino's.
I was surprised it wasn't blurry.
Yeah, and I was too, which, I mean, maybe they got it
Made
clear
me
because
wanna go get some
legally you
pizza.
have to clear a logo to have it. So either someone messed up and then blur that, or they cleared that with Domino's. But
You just made Domino's like thousands and thousands of dollars.
I don't think
right
Domino's
now.
would care. No.
Yeah.
You should get a free pizza
dude,
tonight.
their new pan pizza is awesome.
You should get one.
Yeah.
Call them and tell them. I just got you guys thousands of dollars because your logo was seen without your permission.
Yeah,
Give me a free
I want
pizza.
some free pan pizza.
Give me one.
Yeah.
They will.
So it was the first time we've seen Ted DiBiase back in quite some time.
It was pretty
too.
good.
Yeah.
Now, are they naming him Ted DiBiase Jr.?
Well, he is Ted DiBiase, but they just call him Ted DiBiase.
Yeah, because I didn't
think.
see the Junior.
No, they didn't call him Junior, but he is Junior.
They
Also, he
should
didn't
put
get an
Junior.
entrance.
Yeah, it's not the $1 Million Man. It's
No,
his
I
son.
know. But they should put Junior on there because
He was
Ted-
already
Ted-
in the ring, right? They
Yeah.
didn't give him an entrance.
no, Ted DiBiase was like one of the the greatest.
Yeah, and I think that like Ted DiBiase Jr. doesn't really have much of a gimmick.
No.
And why isn't he the snotty, rich, spoon in his
Exactly.
mouth
Millionaire,
kid?
yeah, millionaire.
That's never worked for anything in
Richie
his
Rich
life. Yeah,
with
absolutely.
his dog Cash. What was his dog's name?
What was his
Money,
dog?
Cash,
Something like that.
Jewel.
Dollar.
There
His
we
dollar.
Close enough.
Rick doesn't know what we're talking about.
You don't know Richie Rich?
Yes, of course I do.
No. Okay, then tell us a little
Personally,
bit
John,
about it.
I'm
personally.
thinking about something else as we're talking about Cesaro being in front of the guitar and Sun Records.
Oh yeah.
You know where Sun Records, you know what that is?
That's in Memphis. Who was that? Johnny Cash and Elvis and
Elvis.
all that.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
It's his first record company.
Okay, yeah. I figured it had something
Yeah,
to
they
do with
went out and
that.
cut a record right there on wax the first day, and then they put it on the radio, and it became a hit.
Oh wow.
Just let me tell you that.
That was a great bit of information
Yes.
there, Rick.
You know, it really was. I just wish you would suck it up and learn from it. Thank you very much, Marissa.
But yeah, this is a fun match. It was a good match for what it was, and it put Cesaro up. It did exactly what it was supposed to do.
Yeah.
Did anybody else besides Shane notice that Ted DiBiase, all of his offense is actually Kenta's offense?
No,
Is what?
His offense.
Is what?
It's all like Kenta, based off of Kenta,
Yeah.
the Japanese wrestler.
Oh,
And,
that's right. Kunta Kinte.
No.
Mark Burton, who I know.
LeVar Burton.
Oh yeah.
Well, one of the things also that I really
Trek.
liked that Cesaro did at the end of the match, if anybody noticed, is that he immediately grabbed the belt, showing everybody that that meant everything to him.
Yeah.
That's the perfect heel moment to do, is grab the belt, like, hey, that's everything that I want. This is, I worked hard for this. This is mine.
Yeah. And I like that him saying no American will defeat him for that title.
Yeah. It's good.
Yeah.
Good heat.
I
and
like it.
They're building that belt back up with
Right.
him, which is good.
Yeah. They need something to do to build those belts up. I don't know who has what anymore. There's too many belts to follow. It's like,
Yeah.
Back in the day, there's a one heavyweight. There's the Intercontinental and then the tag team.
Well, they have
the
it
six-man
is
tag,
that way
too.
with each
Oh, yeah,
show.
it's a
Each show
trophy.
has that kind of structure. Each has its world title. Each has a secondary title. And then you have a tag between both.
Yeah,
of them.
but like there used to be a European title and
That's
a
gone. No,
hardcore
those are all
title,
gone.
and
Those
then-
are all gone. You've got the world title, the WWE. Yeah, the WWE
one.
Championship, which is on Raw, along with the Intercontinental, and then you've got the World Championship with the United States Championship, which is on SmackDown. And you've got the Women's Championship and the tag
Now,
titles.
did they
are on
cut
both.
that?
I've got an idea.
Uh-oh.
What's that?
I think the fans should choose the belt for the champion and have them be the judges of who should have the title, and we'll call it the fan belt.
All right, I like that.
You can put your arm right back around.
So we then move on to Brodus Clay Heath Slater, and how much difference does a couple months make?
Before we move on, just really small. Did
Okay.
anybody? We keep saying, did anybody notice? Like, we're hoping someone's going to call in. That's why we say it.
Yeah, like every week.
Okay, if anybody wants to talk about anything, not even wrestling, if you want to tell us how your day was, call the number. I want a phone call. Darn it. I want someone to call in. I don't care if it's my brother watching or my nephew or a random...
Someday someone
Girl,
will call.
someday-
If you beg long enough, someone
Can
will
I
call.
call and talk on the air? Right now?
Yeah, would you please? Just disguise your voice.
Is that what you want to say? All right.
No, I wanted to say that the when I was watching, they kind of panned up, and all the upper deck was tarped off, the entire upper deck, and then the secondary deck there was just scattered people.
Why?
Oh, wow. Ticket sales obviously are
Down?
down.
They're down?
I think on SmackDown they are. Yeah.
Well, I think that with them too, they're trying to build them up, but it's people aren't really getting into them as heels. I don't think that. They don't make me hate them. They're like annoying, but they don't make you hate them.
Like, who are you talking about?
But he's Slater in the.
Oh, we haven't,
we're not
wait,
there
we're not
yet.
He's
there
not
yet.
even there. He's on a whole different page.
the hat is
Do you even have the same book in front of you?
But we should move on there.
Yeah, we did have the Raw rebound.
Clay.
Look how embarrassed he is.
Yeah. Don't forget the Raw rebound with Punk's opponent is now Ryback.
Yes, now Ryback, which is gonna.
This is something we've been talking about for a long time. This is like his test. Can you be that main? Can you be a main event match? Like me personally, I'm interested on watching a match like that for two reasons.
One is that you like big guys. Yeah.
One is it's like I want to see like CM Punk if he's got the ability to carry him and make like this a main event style match. And two, it's like I want to see if Ryback actually has the charisma to continue this. It's like on the surface it's to the regular fan it's like Ryback, he's just mowing through people. So, like, they want to see, like, CM Punk right now is most hated heel. They want to see him just destroy him. So,
That's kind of like putting two heels together again, isn't it?
No, because
Ryback's a big baby face.
Yeah, because they want to
huge.
see, they want to see CM Punk get beat up for everything he's been doing.
Yeah, and I think they're looking at Ryback like he's getting a lot of fan base behind him. They're looking at him. They're hoping, I think, that he can be that next guy to push to the main event because they need a babyface main eventer.
Yeah, like I said, like a week ago, if it was back in the day, he'd be a top guy.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Plus, I think they realized Punk could carry him. So I think no matter what, they know he'll have a good match.
And Ryback's got a lot of heart. He actually came out just the other day talking crap about Goldberg, saying the difference between him and Goldberg is he loves this business. He's never going to leave wrestling and stuff like that. So Ryback's in it for the long haul. So.
In it to win it.
In it to win it.
Right.
So. Then we move on to Brodus Clay versus Heath Slater and the 3-man band, baby.
I think it's just freaking terrible.
Okay, and I got to say,
terrible.
Heath Slater has stolen your guys' look, and he stole my finisher now. I'm pissed.
Blay.
No, but he took my finisher. He doesn't do it as well as I do, but he took my finisher.
Yeah, that's when something is. We heard this from Chris Daniels, Fallen Angel. I'm dropping a lot of names today, guys.
Yeah, so go ahead. I love name dropping.
Is something like he'll say terrible. If he gets to 3 terribles, it just changes to Terry Blay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, on one subject. So that I think the 3B or whatever they're called is Terry Blay.
Yeah.
You could just tell that they don't enjoy it. They're really uncomfortable doing it, and they're trying to get a push. They're trying whatever they can, but none of them are in it. Maybe Heath Slater, but the other Drew McIntyre, who used to be a monster, and Jinder Mahal. It's more comical than anything. There's really no way they can go with that.
They are.
Oh yeah, it's a very good word.
How far has Brodus Clay fallen? Brodus Clay was squashing Heath Slater 3 months ago, and now he is losing to him. So it's the roles are
Remember,
really
he fought
reversed.
3 men though in reality.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true. And the line of the night, I got to say, was JBL, where he said individually these 3 were horrible. Before that, so I thought that was funny.
I think he meant that.
I know he meant that. So then we moved on. We had a Wade Barrett promo, which I thought was awesome.
Very good promo.
Yeah.
I like that. Really put him as a brawler, as a contender.
Yeah.
That put him in a new light with me. That
it
was
did
very
with me
good,
as well.
Very good promo.
The promo completely made sense.
It was
why would
compelling.
Sheamus want to fight me if he wants to be champion still?
Right. It was very compelling and got your attention right away and kept it the entire time.
Yeah. And it was short. I mean, it was short. It got the point across and got in and got out. And
that's exactly the notes I have. It's like
and elevated him.
Very direct.
Yeah. Elevated him in my eyes as well. So then we had Layla versus Natalya.
Yeah.
You guys are all looking at me.
Yeah, come on, you're the.
Oh well, you're forgetting. Eve was out at
Eve
the
was at the announce booth as well.
With her belt.
I thought it was actually one of the better women's matches I've seen. They move usually when women wrestle, they move really robotic but this one they seem to. Everyone looks over at you.
I know.
I was actually looking at the clock, but
they didn't. To me, it didn't seem like they moved very robotic. It seemed like maybe everything wasn't pieced together for them. Like maybe they had a little bit of freedom to throw some things in there. Where most of the women's matches are always choreographed from beginning to the end. Yeah. But it seemed like they gave them a little freedom.
I enjoyed it. I like the abdominal stretch where she grabbed her leg and pulled her out. Yeah. It was a really good looking abdominal stretch. It looked painful.
Yeah. So I think one of the better women's matches I've seen, sans the botched roll up when they went for the roll up and they kind of botched it, what they were trying to do.
And it felt like the finish might have been edited a little bit because they were doing whatever they or was it Natalya went for a pin or something. And then they cut to the commentary, and they cut right back to Layla kicking her in for the win.
Yeah,
so it felt like there was
a lot, don't they?
On SmackDown. Yeah, they can edit because it's shot on Tuesday. It's not live.
They pipe in the crowd response on you see the crowd and they're just kind of sitting on their hands, and you hear ooh when something happens. You're like, right.
Yeah. I do that around my house.
I know.
I have crowd noise in every room.
So then we moved to Caitlyn and Teddy with the iPad, and she's taking photographs of whatever Teddy's showing her.
What could it be?
Oh, we don't know. I think we'll probably find out either next week or something on Raw.
Next week.
I'll tune in. I'm tuning in.
Yeah. And then we're on. And then quickly, I just want to mention here at AfterBuzz, it's our fall season.
50.
We've got
new
50
shows.
New shows here. So if you're tune in for your favorite primetime show.
I watch every one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think The
Yeah,
Walking Dead
Housewives
has something?
Yeah, I'm sure The Walking Dead had 10 million viewers on its first night. It was
Housewives of
like the
Van Nuys?
most.
Housewives of Van Nuys?
Yeah,
Yeah, that says. So then we go to Wade Barrett versus Sheamus in the lumberjack match.
Yeah. I was looking forward to this match because of the promo that was cut
Yeah.
by Wade Barrett, but like I saw what I'm gonna say at first for the lumberjacks because they ended up tying everything in, but at first lumberjacks are not supposed to let you get outside. Like the idea is they keep you from going out. They did nothing. They went outside more than once and they didn't do anything.
Plus no teases. Somebody getting ready to go out, going over the top rope but holding on and then coming back
there
in.
was no tease.
There's no teases in
there was
there.
no drama as far as like the lumberjacks. They didn't even need to be there,
Right.
other than for
A couple spots, yeah.
for Kane and Daniel Bryan when they came out. Which of course the music they had to do the explosion and everything. They couldn't have just ran out. But
Yeah.
they're trying to get at.
Yeah, you're right. I thought the same thing about the explosion was ridiculous.
Yeah, and so they're trying to get at the two guys that jumped them earlier, which is
Sandow and Cody.
Rhodey, yeah. And then they're beating up everybody to get there, and then they ended up using someone was a decoy that Wade Barrett got pushed into. That was for the finish. Who was that?
Oh,
that
I don't
jumped
remember.
up on the ring. Oh, he tried to leave. It was I think it was Cody Rhodes. Tried to leave, and he ran to the ring, and Sheamus grabbed him and threw him out, and he landed on the apron, and then Barrett charged him for the finish.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Well, let me look at my notes. It was Rhodes.
My
Okay.
detailed notes.
It was Rhodes. You see that?
Oh, sure.
Yeah. So I thought it was a poor use of having lumberjacks, like the old way of doing lumberjacks, and you would tease going out there, and the fans would be like, oh, what's gonna happen? But one guy would go out and he would just stay down there, and then he would walk around and walk back, and nobody
They should be grabbing him and throwing him back
the
in.
babyface ones, if the heels are protecting him, the babyface ones come running over to throw him back in, and it's like, and vice versa. Never happened.
None of that happened there.
Yeah. It just, and then pandemonium ensued.
Pandemonium ensued, and
Yoshitatsu did get a brief camera time though in there. So
he did.
I didn't even know he was still on the roster until that. Same with the Usos.
He's on Superstars and stuff like that. But then after the match, Sheamus won with the brogue kick.
Right.
And then Ziggler hit the zigzag on him and was going to go for
That was
cash
brilliant.
in
Yeah.
and got knocked out by Big Show.
We watched that a bunch of times. Oh, something that me and my brother actually found out from hitting the rewind, because remember we watch it on the VCR. We have the VHS.
Yeah.
I mean the beta tape we put in.
Yeah.
And we kept rewinding it. It's going. No. And they piped in when Big Show does his weapons of mass destruction.
Did they sweeten it?
He usually slaps his leg.
Yeah.
He was holding onto the ropes when he hit him. He couldn't do it. So then you still hear the slapping sound.
Yeah.
So then you would think that the person taking it would clap or smack the leg to get the sound. Well, he had one hand on the briefcase and the other hand up here. So they piped in.
Wow,
that
they sweetened
sound.
it. We call it sweetening in television.
Right. They sweetened it.
Wow.
With sweet and low.
I actually have a prediction.
Yeah.
If we have
Wait,
is that
music for that?
we have our let's see.
What? Wait.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
I think at Hell in the Cell, Big Show is actually going to defeat Sheamus for the title, and then Ziggler is going to defeat him and cash it in less than 45 seconds, and they're going to have a repeat of last year with the whole Daniel Bryan thing. They were kind of feeding into it with the
they did
the whole
remind us of it,
promo
so,
of Ziggler going, well, how hard could it be if he did it? And they're really playing that 45 seconds up right now, so I think we're going to see
I'm
a
going
repeat.
to disagree with you on that.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say that right now that's Ziggler's gimmick. They're going to keep it going until WrestleMania.
With the
Money in the Bank.
I think he's cashing in on in Hell in a Cell.
No, I think something's going to happen. They're cleverly always having him going to cash it in, and something happens. They're going to continue that. That's my.
You think you can continue that for a year?
I think
It's a
all the way till April.
It's till April.
Till
That's not-
April, and they've been doing this for 3 months already.
It's a long time.
It's a long time.
They're going to do it.
We'll see.
My prediction.
I'm telling you.
I haven't been wrong yet.
It's hard to keep
All
the
right.
interest that long. It's a long time.
Haven't been wrong yet.
Yeah, you know what I say? I'm not always right, but I'm never wrong.
Yeah. But that whole
Should I say it? Three rights make a left.
2 wrongs don't make a right, but 3 lefts do.
Oh yeah, you guys might notice we're monsterless here. That's because we were stuck in traffic. We didn't have time to stop and get one. But yeah, that whole segment was well put together when he gave him the punch at the end. Like just we were laughing and when you could take us out of our element for that long and someone who's been in this for a long time, probably you too, Rick, it's a good thing. So it was very, very cleverly done. I give props this week to the writers and the performers because they all...
It was a good show overall, I actually thought. I thought it was actually, it was much better than Raw was this week. It was 10 times better than Raw was. Yeah, it was actually a really enjoyable show to watch.
That's a bold statement. 10 times.
Oh, yeah, Raw was a stinker last week. And this was this good matches, good overall good segments. I enjoyed it all.
If Raw doesn't get any better, I heard a rumor they're going to change the name of it.
What are they going to call it?
Uncooked.
I guess that's it, right?
I guess that's it. So
you guessed right. Hey, that's the only thing you're going to be right on.
Can I speak now? Can I speak now?
Oh, sure. Yes,
Since we're closing this out, where can we find you and the Miss over there?
Let's see, me and the Miss over there. We're actually next week we will be in Northern California for Big Time Wrestling.
Yep.
And then
getting our belts back, by the way.
Yeah, and then we will be going for the titles at Vendetta Pro Wrestling in Santa Maria. And
the
then,
next night.
Yeah, and then we're gonna be coming back here, hopefully with a special guest. Hopefully.
And also, we'll probably bring a bag of candy in case any trick-or-treaters show up early.
Yeah.
I'm bringing my mask, my lucha mask. Ryan, how about you, buddy?
Next Saturday, I will be at Alpha Omega Wrestling in Palmdale. I'll be at my first stadium show, so I'm very excited for that. And tomorrow night, I'll be on Raw AfterBuzz.
Good.
So
we'll watch you for sure, right?
What's that?
We're going to watch you for sure.
Yes.
Okay. Feather, you're going to stick around for the old school, right?
Yes, sir.
And we're going to talk a little bit about your training and your character for this new reality thing you're going to be doing.
Yes.
Okay, you don't mind talking about that, do you?
Absolutely not.
And taking bumps in the ring and hanging out with the Rick. All right, I'm Ric Drasin. You can find me at rickdrasin.com, rickscorner.com, where I have interviews with legends of bodybuilding and pro wrestling, and I have books for sale on my website, rickdrasin.com, and old socks from the 1970s that I used to wear when I trained with Arnold.
What, are those on eBay?
They're on eBay.
I'm gonna bid on it.
They're $2.99 a pair. You get both for $3. Stay tuned next for old school wrestling, which is, as Ryan knows, my thing.
Yeah.
All right.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.